In this lesson, I'm going to show you how to play giant steps in a relaxed soul Motown style. In my last lesson, I broke down the original and it goes at 286 beats per minute. So this gives you a chance to really learn a great chord progression and make it quite easy. So I'm going to recap a few things from the last lesson, but really I'm just playing like this. That kind of thing. So we're going 100 beats per minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm sticking to the rhythm that the backing track is doing, which is sort of this. I'm listening to the kick drum and I'm listening to the fact that it's shuffled or swings. So it's tick, 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 tick. Then I'm looking at the chord symbols. You can go back to the other lesson and have a look, but I will recap a few things in this lesson. So to start with, let's just play the first line and let's stick to root notes with that rough rhythm. And it's like 1, 2, it's 2 beats per chord. This E flat major 7 is 4 beats. Now I'm just heading to the root note. It's really important that you know where these notes are on the fretboard. Let me actually run through a couple of the arpeggios. B major 7, that triangle stands for major 7, that's this. Do not worry about learning this too much for this lesson because I've got a link to the shapes, I'll put it below. That's B major 7, I'm really just using the 5th, which is that F sharp. With that F sharp down the octave, you find that if you're on the A string, you can basically go to this note, so 2 across, 1 string up, or this note, same fret on the E string, and those notes sound really good. If I'm on the E string, like the G, 3rd fret of the E string, I don't have a 5th string, so I can't go down to that note, but I can go up to the 5th. So just playing root notes and the 5th can sound really good. Now, if you do want to embellish things a little bit, you do need to know what each of those chord symbols means. I'll go through them very quickly now. So the triangle, major 7, I showed you that one. The D7, D dominant 7th, this shape. Whenever you see a letter followed by just a 7, it means dominant 7th, that shape will work, whether it's the D7 or the B flat 7. You just need to know where the notes are and what shape to apply, and you have lots of good information there. Any of the chord symbols that are major, you can do the same shapes on. Before I explain that, the minor 7 one, that shape, although you can play it in different places as well. So you could just go through playing just the root and the 3rd. So for the major, it's this pattern here. So there's a B, 2nd fret of the A string, and just 1 fret in that direction on the next string gives you the major 3rd. So I can just go D, G, B flat. The same shape so far, they're all major. And when I get to the A, that minus 7, that means minor 7. This is different. You see that? The major 3rd down a fret, now that's a minor 3rd. That now fits. And D7, G major 7, B flat major 7, so B flat dominant 7th. All of these are major 3rds. But there we have an F minor 7. So this is an excellent skill to have. Learn to read chord progressions and learn to really quickly know where the notes are and the root note, and then what notes surrounding it you can play. And then it's all about sticking to a groove. Now, since we're Motown soul, I'm really leaning heavily on James Jamerson influences here. So if I go to the end of the line and go A minor 7, D7, that's a 2-5, and then G major 7-1. So I did something like this. So I've got my root, the A. I've got my minor third, that's the C. I'm playing it on the A string, not on the E string, but you can do what you like. And I can run chromatically from that note, the 3rd fret of the A string, to the 5th fret, that's the D7, so that's nice. And then chromatically down, fret 5, 4, 3 on the E string. So if I just do this, right, watch this. A minor 7, D7, G major 7. All of those arpeggios or chord tones fit over these chord symbols, okay? They fit like a jigsaw puzzle. But that's great for one reason: it gives me some notes that work over it, right? That works over A minor 7, that works over D7, and that works over G major 7. But you need to do more than make it work. You need to make it feel great. And that's where a groove comes in, certain rhythms. So again, that backing track. You can hear the bass drum doing that. Ghost notes. I'm at the F minor 7 now, root 5, octave, B flat, 7, root 5 octave. If you're a regular viewer of this channel, you've seen loads of my other lessons in lots of other different styles where I talk about the same things over and over and over again. Like that pattern, root 5 octave. Happens a lot. So it's all about understanding what patterns work over what. Now that one, root 5 octave, will work over any single chord symbol in this entire piece. There's no weird flat 5s or sharp 5s, so that will work. And it doesn't matter where you start, you know, whether I play B on the 2nd fret of the A or the 7th fret of the E. It doesn't matter where I do it. But you do need to know where those are quickly to get to them quickly. This is a great exercise just for that. Playing a pattern and getting to the next note in time and knowing where it is. Fantastic for that. Both the major 7th and the dominant 7th arpeggios contain a major triad, which is this shape. So there's our 5th again, joined by our major 3rd. All major triads. Now we're on a minor one, A minor. I'm just going through all the chord symbols, playing a triad now. F minor 7 now. B flat 7. All major now. A minor, D, G. So you could just approach it that way as well. Just playing triads through the whole thing, really forcing yourself to get to the note quickly. Now, if you're really stuck and you really don't know the notes very well, well, first of all, that's a good indication that that's something that you need to learn. Second of all, I'll put a link below to some lessons that you can use to learn the notes. It's one of the fundamentals of bass playing, isn't it? What else? Let me break this down for you. This is a shape that is fantastic. I use this all the time. Soul, R&B, Motown players, they use it all the time. I'll do it on G. So we have this. This is a major pentatonic shape played in this way. G, then A, B. So frets 3, 5 and 7 I'm shifting across here. So I'm starting first finger, then shifting across to frets 5 and 7. I like that because then 5 and 7 on the A string are in position. We've still got our triad in there, right? But we're joined by a major second and a major sixth as well. Doesn't matter what it is, they just sound good. That's the octave again. Learn that pattern, memorize it, never forget it. Now, if you go to the octave, this is the 5th fret of the D string, and play these notes here. So we've got G, D, that's the 5th fret of the A string. 2 frets higher than that is an E. So G, D, E. This is a pattern used loads in this style. So if you're on a root note, now this works on the G string, on the D string, and on the A string. If you're on a root note, so for example G, you can drop down a string and play those notes and it's going to sound good. It's a root, it's a 5th, and a major 6th. And then you have access to those other notes there. So if I just go through it now, I might not play it exactly in time, but B, anything major, that pattern I just played will work. So basically it'll work on anything here apart from any minus 7, it won't work. Here's the minus 7, here's where it won't work. A minor pentatonic would work though. I'm not really playing a bass line here, I'm just running an exercise. I'm just running that major pentatonic shape through all of these chord symbols, apart from the minor one. So I'm on the F minor now. Root, minor 3rd. Leading to the next chord from a fret higher, 1 fret higher or lower. That gives you a really nice chromatic movement. Now, again, I'm free to do this because I know where all the notes are really well. Especially around here, it can be tricky. There's your F, 8th fret, and then 6th fret E string, it's your B flat. There's that shape again. Now, just because you have all those notes, it doesn't mean you have to play them all and pack them all into that one bar there. Just options. And I can go to that pattern again down here. That's why I love bass, because you have patterns under your fingers the whole time. And if you link the pattern to the chord symbol, it becomes really easy to improvise when you're looking at chord charts like this one. Feel free to run it, like, not very musically. Like that. And then try to create a groove, basically strip back notes, even if it's just root notes you're using. With some ghost notes or whatever rhythms. I'm on a G here, I need to get to a B flat. I know it's here. And I love doing that chromatic movement into the next chord. Just happens to fall really well under the fingers. And then you're using these patterns, you're using these shapes, you're using your ear to get from one chord to the next chord in a musical fashion. So there's my B flat, and I know there's an E flat here. I've got options. Chromatically up to it, and go down. I can use the notes of the arpeggio and land on the E flat. I mean, there's 101 different ways that you can do this. The backing track, the chord charts, and the shapes are available for free following the link below. You may need to watch this lesson again, but really it's just about switching on the track, playing it, and just every day getting quicker at finding the notes. Every day getting quicker at playing the arpeggio up and down, getting your ear connected to your fingers, and making everything just better every time. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, thanks very much for watching that lesson. See you on the next one.